foul smells and sometimes very strange things lurking in the dark. During a checkup in a private sewer system in Raleigh, North Carolina, private company Marfis Construction sent a surveillance camera down the sewer pipes to check the infrastructure. The sewers were old and built in 1949, so their client wanted to make sure everything was functional and usable. But what they discovered living down there left them shocked. While navigating their robotic camera down the system, they came across 3 pulsating red blobs. These slimy blobs looked like a living, breathing thing, currently in its early stages of metamorphosis. Baffled, the video was uploaded to the internet and got a lot of people talking. Although initially puzzled, the environmental coordinator for the city said she believes that these are a colony of tubifax worms that got into the sewer system somehow. However, there are those who contest this idea, explaining that if you look at the video, there isn't a single worm to be found. Instead, the sacs or cysts are smooth and throb in unison like a single entity. A biology professor offered his opinion, stating these are likely a colony of bryozoans. These are small, harmless creatures that stick out their tentacles to feed. However, a bryozoan expert contested the statement, saying these are definitely not that, but instead tubifacids, another type of worm belonging to the tubifax family. He explains that these usually live in soil but found their way into the system. The throbbing and pulsating happens when one worm contracts and in turn causes the others to do the same. Hence, they look like one big muscle contracting. But these are all just guesses. Even now, no one knows for sure whether they are indeed worms, bryozoans, or an entirely different entity altogether. Whatever it is, this strange creature or colony of living creatures is still living inside that Carolina pipeline and probably growing bigger. Number 4. The corpse of the chupacabra. On October 21st, 2015, locals from the town of Carmen del Parana were baffled when they discovered a decomposed floating corpse of an unknown creature on the Parana River. It was around the size of a small dog, floating face down and its body badly decomposed. It had fair skin but no fur, a long tail, and human-like hands and fingers. The first responders were the local firefighters. The fire chief said that their initial impression was that it could be a monkey because of the human-like fingers, but it's hard to tell because of the state of decomposition. When the videos and photos were circulated, many claimed it could be the elusive chupacabra. Those who believe in its existence blame it for the mysterious deaths of farm animals, and its origins date back to the early 1900s. Known as the goat sucker, the legendary chupacabra has long been part of the lore for many countries. This unique creature is said to suck the blood of goats and other farm animals at night, killing them. Many South Americans strongly believe it is a real menace. The belief of its existence has even spread as far as Russia, when the Agriculture Ministry of Moscow had to deny the existence of the chupacabra because of a rash of mysterious mass deaths of dozens of farm animals in 2014. Those who examine the body maintain it's a monkey who likely fell into the river and drowned. Still others say it could be an alien or an unknown cryptid, if not the chupacabra. So what do you think it is? Number 3. Iceland's worm monster. First mentioned in 1935 Icelandic records, the Lagerflot worm, or simply the Iceland worm monster, has been a popular subject for many locals and folklorists. Stories from the Joan Arneson compilation states that a woman once gave her daughter a gold ring and told her to catch a snake or lingworm, then place the ring under it while keeping both inside a linen chest. The girl did as she was told. However, over time the snake grew large and the box began to come apart. Afraid of the snake, the girl grabbed the box along with the gold ring and threw it into the lake. As time passed, the people knew there was a serpent in the lake because it would kill people and animals that crossed it. Several witnesses have reported sightings of the mysterious worm monster over time, and it's been described as longer than 39 feet or larger than a bus. Aside from being seen in the lake, it's also been known to lie around coiled up on the bank or slithering through trees. In 1998, a teacher along with his students reported a sighting of the creature. One unique story happened in 1983 when cable company workers noticed a large shifting mass around the eastern part of the lake. When they retrieved the non-functional cable that was directly over the anomaly, it was badly torn and severed in different places. The most recent sightings of the mysterious creature was in 2012, when a video was captured of the serpent-like object in the fast-flowing, snowy river of Lagerflot. Many claim the footage is proof that the beast exists, but skeptics remain unconvinced, saying it's probably a fishing net and the river is simply flowing too fast, which creates the illusion of a serpent-like creature swimming around. A local municipal council was formed to determine the authenticity of the video, and they proclaimed it as authentic. Whatever the truth may be, whether this is the Icelandic worm monster or a fishing net, there's no denying the video is creepy and a bit scary if you consider the thought that this could be a real thing. Number 2. Mysterious underwater sea blob. In April 2012, a camera operator was doing an underwater inspection for an oil rig located off the Gulf of Mexico. In the video, you can see the camera running up the pipes when suddenly a big, undulating orange-brown blob careens into view. Unsure of what it is, the operator maneuvers the camera to follow it. It disappears for a few seconds before it decides to return back to where the camera was. The first time the video was released, it caused a sensation, and soon plenty of guesses and speculations were thrown in. A lot of people thought it could be whale placenta, but marine biologists argued it's not possible for whale placenta to drift 5,000 feet underwater without getting scavenged or eaten. It's too nutritious and yummy for sea creatures to go unnoticed. It also seemed intelligent, like it knew where it was heading. The unusual thing was that there were several times when it passed by the camera, and you can clearly tell it has a unique hexagonal, almost glowing pattern on its skin. At some point, it also showed gonads or a sex organ, so it's definitely a living thing. So what was this mysterious blob then? It took 2 years before marine biologists finally put forth proper guesses. Craig McLean from the National Evolutionary Synthesis Center at Duke University suggested it could be a rare form of jellyfish called the Deepsteria enigmatica. Even though it doesn't look like a jellyfish, which traditionally has a bell shape with its tentacles dangling behind it, it's possible that because of the video angle and sea current, that it looks like nothing but a giant blanket instead. Other marine biologists argue that while it's definitely a Deepsteria jellyfish, it's a Deepsteria reticulum instead of an enigmatica. This is a type of jellyfish that features bumps on its surface and uses it as a form of defense as well. It has a unique opening with membranes that seem to glow, making it look like a giant alien blob floating under the depths of the ocean. Still, no one is certain what exactly it is in the video. It could be some form of jellyfish rarely seen, or it could be another creature altogether that is yet to be identified. Number 1. Ireland's own Nessie. When you think of the Loch Ness Monster, you automatically think of Loch Ness Lake in Scotland. For centuries, the mythology of the Loch Ness Monster has been a prominent part of Scottish lore. But what if another sea monster exists in a different place? This time around, it's Ireland. A recent video has surfaced of an Irish sea monster caught on film. The video is taken by 3 film students doing a class project off Lough Foyle near the county Donegal in Ireland. It was taken on April 15th and shows a large mass moving steadily and coming really close to the boat. The video itself is shaky but was shot in HD quality. It's difficult to tell the actual shape of the supposed monster, but it's nevertheless a chilling video to watch. Ireland has had its own share of sea monster stories, and several accounts have been reported throughout history. One of the most notable was the sighting of a huge and unusual sea monster off the Clare coast of Kilkee. The story was published in a local newspaper on October 1871, a month after the sighting was reported. It said that a small party composed of several people were staying at Kilkee and exploring an area called the Diamond Rocks. Out of nowhere, a huge monster rose from the surface of the water, shocking all of them. The creature was described as having a head as big as a horse, with a seaweed-like mane right behind its head and around its neck. Its eyes were large and glaring, and the water behind it indicated that its body was much bigger than what could be seen. An artist's illustration of the monster and the event was also published along with the article. This was all uncovered when the Mary Evans Picture Library in London started digitizing old Victorian newspapers. Could this unique sea monster be the same one seen most recently? Or could it be another one altogether we have yet to discover? So those are the top 5 real and mysterious creatures caught on video. It's hard to believe, but scientists say that less than 1/4 of the total species in the world have been discovered and classified. That means there's many more animals and creatures out there, so who knows what else is lurking in the depths of the water.